Hi guys, I'm Dwyer. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll be talking about 5 tips to help you to land your first job in Canada. So we're not gonna waste any time, we're just gonna jump right into it. And we're talking about tips that can help you to hit the ground running, no delays. You won't have to be depleting your savings, just smooth flow, right? So these are the tips that we use, me and my husband, and it has helped us, and we're gonna share it. So number 1, and I have my notebook here. The first tip is to be mindful of your cell phone number and your address. Yes, your cell phone number and your address, people. Very important. And let me tell you why. So when we were in Jamaica, we did not apply for any jobs whatsoever. I know a lot of people that planning to come to Canada, they're sending us a lot of resumes, and a lot of them, they're not getting back any response or rejection, right? Just rejection. Guys, nothing wrong with you. Don't bother feel discouraged and demotivated. It's just how the system set up, right? We figured that out, that is the situation, and we made a decision not to apply for any job in Jamaica, or even when we just reached Canada and we're in quarantine, we didn't apply for any job even during that time. We waited until we got our Canadian cell number and when we had our permanent address. That is when we started applying for jobs, okay? And this is because when you apply for a job, you see, the employer tends to look at the number first and the address to see if you are in their city. When the minute them see that it's a Jamaican number, them say no problem that, because what that tells them is that 1, you're not in Canada. 2, you don't have a SIN number. The SIN number is similar to a TRN. You're going to need that to work, right? And 3, if they look at your resume and they like it, it's going to cost them, because they're gonna have to do something called a LMIA, which basically means they're gonna have to tell the government why they are going to be employing you instead of anybody in Canada. So they want them to give Canadians first preference than anybody else in the world. So it's gonna cost them. It's a process, and they're gonna have to pay. So most employers are discouraged about that. I forgot through all of that just for employ somebody, especially if it's an entry-level job. They're not going to do that, right? So guys, we waited until our 3rd week in Canada. That is when we were out of quarantine. We got our cell number and we have our permanent address. We already knew our address, what it would have been, because it was already, arrangements were already made and everything. But we wanted proof. So when we got here, we requested a letter, from the housing manager stating that we are residents, right? At that location. We are staying at that location. So just in case, any employer needed proof for any reason, we had that on hand, right? So be mindful of that, guys. So when you apply and you get rejection, it's not you. It's not, you're not competitive or whatever. It's just how the system is in Canada, where they don't really, employ anybody from outside of Canada. Okay? All right. Number 2, we're getting warm. We're getting there. So your keywords on your resume is critical. Let me explain. So say for example, you saw an advertisement online, and they say in the advertisement they want somebody who is energetic, somebody who is detail oriented, somebody who is good at time management. And when you do up your generic resume, you probably just do one format and you apply it to a dozen jobs. You never tweak it. Say for example, now you send it out. They're not gonna call you. Here why? A lot of times the human resource manager is not the one who scans through the applications first, right? They use a computer system. The computer system now is gonna scan for keywords. So if you didn't mention in your cover letter or your resume that you have excellent time management skills and you are energetic and all that they're looking for, right? That's why they're not gonna choose your application, your resume, or your cover letter because you miss all of the keywords. So therefore, what the computer is gonna choose to send to the human resource manager now, you're not even going to reach them because you totally miss everything. So guys, be mindful of that. It is very important, right? All right, number 3 now. Tip 3. So you should send your resume as a PDF document instead of a Word document. Did you know that? Oh, I'm not saying that all employment agencies are all human resource managers, are against accepting Word document, but some of them prefer to get a PDF, your resume in a PDF document, right? A PDF document is hard to tamper with. When you open a Word document, anybody can edit it. You get me? And so a lot of times the human resource managers are turned off for legal reasons in even opening a Word document file. They prefer to get a PDF file, means say it finished, it complete. You can't tamper with that. You get me? Because people cannot quick pursue over here, So I'm not saying all of them are like this, but to increase your chances of getting a job, convert it to a PDF document. That's what I always do. I use a website called online2pdf.com. Online to PDF. That is what I use. It's easy to just convert your document to a PDF file. Merge anything. It's very simple and it's free. So guys, I encourage you to just do that. It will increase your chances, right? Number 4. Remember, so we're not each, we're dropping the tips as we know them. So number 4, social media presence. And we're not talking about any social media, no. We're talking about LinkedIn, right? And I'm gonna try to insert a image of my LinkedIn profile so that you can have a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. So human resource managers or recruiting officers, whatever you call them, they tend to use social media to get to know the applicant better, right? And yes, they may use Instagram, they may use Facebook, but the one that they use the most, and I swear by LinkedIn, I've gotten job offers from I was in Jamaica on LinkedIn. One of my companies that I worked for, the HR manager reached out to me on LinkedIn, right? A very reputable company in Jamaica. And guys, I'm telling you, I swear by it. So when somebody goes on your LinkedIn profile, they're supposed to know immediately what you're about. So if you're in IT, if somebody goes on your LinkedIn profile, I'm supposed to see things represent IT, right? They're supposed to see your credentials, that you have some course, some qualification in IT. You're supposed to even have up 1 and 2 articles to show that you're knowledgeable about the subject or the industry, don't it? So yeah, and that give them the confidence that yes, this person is who we want. Let's shortlist them. Let's give them a call, right? Okay. So the last tip, I would just want to make the video short and sweet. We're not going to go in a long explanation, whatever. It's very clear and simple, and these are the tips we use, guys. So number 5 is the job search site. the job search site. Okay, and it's one job search site we use. We never use no monster.com, we never. One, and it's Indeed. I swear by Indeed, guys. May I tell you, Indeed, top notch. And let me tell you why. Indeed, right? They give you the opportunity to filter the jobs that you want to be notified about. So if you are a full-time student and you are only able to do part-time job, you choose part-time. If it's a particular industry you want the job in, and I encourage, you know, students to widen their horizon, widen them scope, because even though I'm in logistics, I didn't just apply for logistics jobs only. In fact, I applied for mainly sales because I have experience in sales. And guess what? It is a benefit in every industry, every company. They need sales. That is marketable. That is something where you're pretty much keeping your options open to work anywhere, right? And so basically I chose that particular industry as well as my own, you know. And guess what? I am sent a list of jobs every single day that are available in my city. Indeed sends me an email every single day of all the jobs, and it's updated every day. New jobs, it don't miss me. Every job that's available, new on the market, I am notified in my email by Indeed. So I swear by it, guys. And LinkedIn also has that option where you can filter what you're interested in, and they send you an email of the jobs that are available. And you'll find as well that LinkedIn and Indeed works hand in hand, because some of the jobs on Indeed, when you click on it, you have to apply through LinkedIn. So it's very good to have an account on LinkedIn, and to have, you know, something that is inviting, attractive, something that makes you stand out, right? And the truth is, even though when you go on my LinkedIn profile you see logistics, it still gives a sense that I'm professional, and I have a breakdown of other experiences I have that relates to sales. And so it helps a lot, you know. And I'll give you a bonus tip, guys. A bonus tip is to network. People, you can't come to a country where you don't know nobody. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't know nobody in British Columbia. We never have no friends when we come here. We don't have no family members here. Let me tell you that. And right now we know a lot of people. We meet a lot of Jamaicans. We went to an event that is a Pan-African Caribbean event with a lot of Jamaicans, Africans. I never know that so much black people were even in my city. And it was just, you know, I wasn't looking for a job there or anything, but I'm just saying it helped for know people. It helped for know people. You need to be friendly. You need to, you know, reach out to people. You need to talk to people. Not because you're there and yes, you're in a new environment, but we're Jamaicans, we're skeptic, we like to observe, you know. Sometimes we standoffish, but no, you can't come to people's country and want to be like that. Drop that, leave it at Jamaica, be very open-minded when you come here, be very polite, and be willing to be friendly to everybody, no matter who the person is, no matter if they have a different background to you. In fact, my job, right? I got my job through an Indian, right? And it was actually through, so I got 2 calls for an interview. 2 of them I applied for, but one of them was through Indeed. One was through networking, right? And I chose that one because the hours were more flexible. So what I'm talking about from experienced people. The first place I went when I left quarantine was to a cell phone company at the mall to get a plan, to get my Canadian number, right? Come and know how important that is, number 1, right? And the person that dealt with me was an Indian, and I, you know, we were just there talking. I told her that, you know, we're new to the country and we're Jamaicans, and like people like when you be yourself, people like when you be open, share your background, talk about, you know, people actually find those things interesting. A lot of people, they're going to be curious to know where you're from. They're going to want to know a little bit more about you, you know. Be yourself and share your story. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, people. But anyways, yes, so we exchanged numbers, and you know, she asked me for my resume. You know, my resume done ready and long time. Girl have my resume ready. So I sent my resume and she sent it to her friend, and the friend was the manager for a company, and just like that, they called me on the same day. I got another call and I ended up choosing that one. You get me? What if I had gotten only one call, the one that I had applied through Indeed? Probably I'd have been forced to have to be struggling to miss class and go work because I want to work. But the truth is, I'm a student first, and my classes should always take priority. As we mentioned, class, guys, my exams are finished. I am free like a bird, and the bees. I am so happy. And the good thing about the Canadian system, I don't know if all schools are like this, but the minute I finish my exams, guys, I got my grades, and girl mash up all our exams, and I'm so happy. But yes, so you guys can send me a message on Instagram if you have any questions. You know, I'd be happy to help. And if you want more details about the process, get my ebook. I have detailed everything in it to help you guys, you know, and I have literally laid out the process in details because, you know, people help me along my journey, and this is using YouTube is a way of me paying it forward and helping people because I got help along the way, you know, and God has blessed us for us to have a smooth journey, and we want to help other people to have a smooth journey as well, you know. And so support the thing, man. Get the ebook. If you have any other questions, you know, general questions, send me a message on Instagram. And guys, follow my Instagram page because there's stuff that I post on Instagram that I don't put on YouTube. There are things on YouTube that I don't put on Instagram. So follow both. I am going to insert a clipping of, just a little clipping of what happened at the Pan African Caribbean event, right? So just stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, I'm out, and thanks for watching. Like the video, comment, share. You know, if you know, even if you have a friend or you know somebody in Canada who's even struggling to find a job, send them this video. You never know, it just may help somebody. You know, it is very challenging to be searching for a job, and you apply to hundreds of companies. You send out thousands of resumes and wonder why nobody now call you. It's depressing, you know, especially when your savings going down. It's depressing. So share the video, guys, with somebody who you know, people who you may know that plan to go to Canada, people who just land. Share the video, guys. Like up the video. You know, the girl is here to help. Anyways, I'm out. Bye, guys.
Please,
The Jamaican crew over here. No, a video.
Well, I'm ready to go. I wish you the best.
Guys, I completely forgot to mention that I have a free resume sample on my website. The link is in the description. So just click the link, download it, and you can use it to guide you as to how to write your resume for Canada when you're applying for a job. So a rule of thumb for Canadian resumes is that your resume should not be more than 2 pages long. It should not exceed 2 pages, guys. So do what you have to do to cut it down. Some information you may have may not be necessary, such as all your achievement from high school. If you've been to college, all of that not necessary. Focus on the most recent experiences, the most recent awards, stuff like that. But anyways, that's a rule of thumb. Should not be more than 2 pages long, and a sample is on my website, guys, so make use of that, and it's free. Bye.